everyone, and welcome to my third episode of my sewing and crafting vlog. Hope you enjoy watching. I'm going to share today some of the things I've been working on in the past week or so, or 2 weeks since I did my last video update. So firstly, I'll tell you what I'm wearing today. This is the Tilly and the Buttons Cocoa dress with the flared sleeve hack off Crafty Pinups blog tutorial. So I don't think I can show you full length picture, but I will stick some photos in now. So this was my third Tilly and the Buttons Cocoa dress that I've ever made. My first one was a bit too short. It was the first Tilly and the Buttons one, pattern that I'd ever done, and I've since found out that pretty much all of her patterns I have to lengthen by about 4 inches, just because I'm on the taller end. So the first one was a bit too short. I still wear it, I just more so at the beach, like over bathers or that sort of thing. The second one, I thought I had done the right thing. I had lengthened it by the 4 inches, and then I washed my finished garment, and you may be able to tell that I learnt the hard way that you really need to pre-wash your fabric, especially if it's stretch material, as particularly stretch material will shrink considerably. So that one ended up slightly shorter than my first one, which was really disappointing. I still do wear it. It's again used over my bathers at the beach, that sort of thing. So I now have two. So my first one was navy, my second one was orange. I can stick up some photos here. I had that experience, but I still really like the pattern. I just wanted a basic t-shirt dress. Really comfy, good in hot weather. Now both of those, you may have noticed, have the Crafty Pinup flared sleeve hack. I made them a year or so ago, maybe longer than that, when flared and ruffled sleeves were all the trend. So I was bang on trend with my dresses. So this one is my third one. Now I did mention it in my first video, because in that one I was wearing a t-shirt made out of the same material. So I managed to squeeze this dress and t-shirt, which is also a Tilly and the Buttons pattern. It was the Tilly and the Buttons Nora. So I wear that one all the time as well. I love them both. So I managed to squeeze both of them out of the one piece of material. So really happy about that. Now I have made a fourth Coco, which I'll stick photos up of as well. Now this one I left the sleeves the same as Tilly's pattern says to, but I added my own little ruffle on it. So I'd started making this one before Tilly released her stretch sewing book, which I then saw it had a similar ruffle on it, which I may have, I don't know, if I'd seen that prior, I probably would have done it that way. But so her I think it's the Freya, she has a ruffle that starts at the shoulder, goes around in like a U shape across the bust, and which looks really cool. Mine I did a bit different. So it started like down about here. It was an inch or so away from the side seam, and I started it off narrow and then made the ruffle wider. So it just gathered a piece of fabric and it went all the way over the shoulder and then followed the same sort of line down the back. So I don't know whether you can quite tell that from the photos, but so I did that on both sides, which I really like. The fabric I made, it was black and white stripy, and I picked it up at Spotlight. It's a really nice heavy material. It's really nice to wear. It's really nice to sew. But I was inspired by Tilly's discussions and Insta posts and everything like that about black and white stripes, or just stripes in general. She's a bit of a stripes fan. And I really liked what I was seeing. I really liked what they look like on some of the other people who put things up, and especially Tilly. But I'm not so keen on stripes myself, like on me. So I've made this dress. It doesn't get as much wear as I was expecting. And I think that's just the stripes on the fabric. I'm not so keen on black and white maybe, or black and white even. That's rather particular, but yeah, so it doesn't get as much wear as I was expecting, but I still do like it. I still do wear it a bit, and it is the comfiest thing to wear. The Coco dress is the comfiest clothing ever. It is secret pajamas, like Tilly advertises. But moving on, you may have noticed this is my work in progress that I did talk about in my last video. Just showing off that I have been working on it. It is now, all the darts are in, so there's two big long, so there's two big long darts in the front, and a third and fourth dart, little bust dart at the top there, and then again there's another, you can quite see that, there's another two big long darts in the back. Now I interlined this, it's only the second ever thing I've interlined, so I was kind of doing it off memory, and I'm not really sure on the correct process of interlining with darts, but I sewed the lines that the darts take, and before with the interlining and the fabric, before I sewed my darts together. So that did kind of mean that where I didn't follow the exact same line, I ended up with another line of stitching like really, really close to my dart. Like it would follow like really, really, really close. But I then went and took that stitching out. I'm not really sure on what the correct process is. It's come together really nicely, so I'm happy with what I've done. But I don't know whether that's like the technical way of doing it. Now when I last talked about this, I was going to leave the neckline round, but I have since changed it to a V-neck. Probably should have left it on the lady, but yeah, I don't know whether you can see that. It reshaped that so it comes to a V and then straight down. It's going to have buttons on the front, so I do need to do that as well. That's not quite the right size. That's not me size. But anyway, does look really nice on. I constantly check as I'm sewing. I don't know whether anybody else does that, but I like to see what it's looking like as I go. Probably makes me take a little bit longer. Sometimes you find things that you fix as you go along because you do it. So on that one, I'm glad I checked that I didn't like the round neckline as much, and I reshaped it. So I'm happy with how that's going. I just need to do the sleeves, buttons obviously, and a hem. So it's been sitting there for over a year, so there's really not a lot left to do. I really should finish that off soon. But I have started a new project while I've been procrastinating on that one, which is a little doll's dress. Now I haven't really made much doll's clothes in the past, but this one's for a rag doll, and I'm really liking how it's going so far. So I've got the little bodice happening at the moment, and one sleeve which I attached this morning. So that's the front that you're looking at there. It's out of scraps of material, hence the seam down the front, and then it's got this like braid on it, which is also a scrap. So the back will, I'm not sure how it closes. I think it might have buttons. So yeah, back pieces there, and I still need to attach my other sleeve. The sleeve, I add a little bit of ribbon to the top there, And then the sleeve's got elastic at the bottom, which I imagine is like the best way to keep it on a rag doll. Now this actually does have some darts in it, so it's a pretty complicated doll's dress happening here. It's got 2 darts at the front and 2 darts at the back, so you can't really see them now that I've added this overlay. So you cut out the bodice and then you add the overlay, which is in the lilac there. But there's a couple of tiny little dart there, same on that side, and at the back too there's tiny little darts in here. So they were really fiddly to do, really little one, but I'm kind of excited about this. This is for no particular purpose at all at the moment, just a bit of a prototype. Oh, I'm also happy about that. Hemmed it with ribbon on the inside, so to make it look nice and cute, which you kind of do see from the outside because it's ruffled. So the plan is to put something down the middle to make it look like it's got buttons on it. Then I've got to do something with the neckline at the top and attach the skirt, which is in this material as well. See how cute's that going to be? I'm just really excited about it. It's not very useful, and it's just kind of me procrastinating on my other project, but I'm really happy with it. So that's what I've been doing this morning. So that's pretty much all I've been up to with my sewing things. As to my embroidery, it is about 5 or 6 weeks until little baby is due that I'm making a present for. So I've been working on my embroidery, trying not to procrastinate. So I think the last time I did a video I was working on Hop and Pop, which I have now finished. So there's a little Hop on Pop, all finished now. That was a lot of yellow to do, a lot of yellow. And then, so that was my 6th big picture, and then there's 8 little ones. So these are all going to get sewn up onto a ball, I've mentioned in my previous videos. Now the first one I think I did was this little guy. Little fish here that's a little bit scared. You could say, I think I kind of got the emotion in there. This camera is not the greatest, so I'm sorry it's probably coming up a little bit blurry. But I'm happy with that little guy. And then I did traditional cat on the hat, cat in the hat. And then the next one I did was this little fish. Actually, maybe I did this guy first. I don't know, doesn't matter. So here's also a little bit of a frightened one in the teapot. I really like the little pictures. It's so much easier after the big one, or big ones. But I'm kind of getting over these two here. That is supposed to be an umbrella. I'm not that happy with it. It kind of looks like the picture, but I don't know. I know what it's supposed to look like, so I can kind of tell, but yeah, not sure. Not so happy with that one. Green eggs on ham. And then this fish from One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish. So I kind of got his emotion. It's really hard with embroidery. I've been struggling to pick up their facial features. That is blurry too, by the way. But he has really long eyelashes, so he's kind of looking scared on mine. He's not really supposed to. It's supposed to be just really long eyelashes, but anyway. And then this little teddy, little bear. I don't actually know which book this one's from. I've seen it before. I'm just not sure which one. And I'm working on the 8th and final one. I'll be really happy when this is done. But this is the 2 fish from Red Fish. What is it? 1 Fish, 2 Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish. So I just got to fill in the green on them and then put in the last few details with the black thread. So I've almost finished all the embroidery on them. So it's taking me forever. This is a really big project. I know it'll be appreciated, but I don't think anyone will actually appreciate fully how long it takes to do this sort of thing. I mean, I do enjoy it. I really do enjoy it. And look how cute that is, that little fish there. I could probably do with a lot of improvement, but I have been learning so much as I'm going. So it's been a good project. It is a good project. It's still not done, but I will be very, very glad when it's finished. Now, I have been procrastinating on that. Hence, there is some progress on this one, which I did show you last time. So I've done a bit more of the outline of the leaves, and I don't know whether you can quite pick it up, but I've started doing some of the berries. So it's like a really, it's a kind of creamy colour. It's not that different to the material, so it's probably not showing up that great. But yeah, I've been doing some more on this guy. Now my kind of motivation at the moment with my embroidery projects is I started this one a long time ago. Oh, a few months ago. That's not that long for me. But I'm kind of like excited to do a bit more on it for some reason. And I just kind of got my motivation. So this is Ginger Megs, which I've traced out of a book, off the cover of a book. And I've just started backstitching. I was just going to leave it backstitched, but I've since had the idea to colour it in. And I've got some confidence from doing the Dr. Seuss ones as well, so I think I'm going to have a go at colouring it in, and I really want to get started at doing that. I probably need to finish the outline first, but this is kind of my motivation at the moment. Now, all the Aussies should know Ginger Megs. It's a well-known comic, still in the newspapers at the moment. This is from a book that we've got, of like just a children's storybook. I think it's like a collection of stories, and I just traced him off the front cover. Now, he actually has in the background, I think there's the garbage bin that he's using for his wicket, and also I can't remember the dog's name. I think it might be the Mike. I think there's his dog and his monkey hiding behind it. So if this goes well, I might trace it on as well and add it to the picture. But we're just starting off small at the moment. Well, it's not that small, but we're starting off not too big a project. I say that, but it'll probably take me years to actually finish it. And so that's what I've been doing with my sewing. Now the other project that I want to get started on, which I've been shopping today for, is I follow I'm not sure if I'm saying this right, Hello Bargalow on Instagram, and it's a company that sell Bargalow kits and patterns, which I didn't really know much about, but I found it on Instagram. I've been following it for a little while now, and there's some like really fun, cool things going on. So I've bought the Nightbird sunglasses case. I'll pop a link and maybe a picture, if I can get a picture, to it in the Black Friday sales, because my sunnies are just dumped in my handbag at the moment and they're getting scratched. So this is a practical project. So I bought the PDF pattern, and I then went and got some tapestry wool today. So this is my first 5 colours. So I'm not quite sticking to the ones that she has in her pictures. So that's my first 5, and my second 5. So it's going to be the kind of blue, pink, and a little bit of yellow in there. So I'm kind of excited about this. I did the little like free wall hanging that she's got. I think when you just sign up to a newsletter, you get it. With some scraps of tapestry wool and some like the plastic canvas that they use. but that was a size 7, which is far too big for actual bargalos, so it kind of looked a little bit funny. But I have since bought size 10. I think it's size 10 that you're supposed to use. So I've got my size 10, I've got my wool, I just need to get started on it. I really like doing the wool hanging. It took me like, I don't know, 2 hours Saturday afternoon. Tiny little project. So I'm hoping this doesn't take me too long because I really, really want my sunglasses case. And I'm really, really excited about these colours. So we'll see how that one goes. Now, I did get some more fabric today in my little Lincraft trip because I went to Spotlight to get the plastic canvas. That's where I got the last lot. And I couldn't find the tapestry wools. I don't know, maybe they didn't have them, maybe I just couldn't find them. So that was a couple of weeks ago, and then today I'm like, I need those tapestry wools. I'm going to go into Lincraft. So that's what I did. But of course, you can't just go into Lincraft and buy tapestry wools. I got this gorgeous piece of, I don't know how to say it, crepe de shine? I don't know. See, that was on the, oh gosh. The remnant tag, that's mirror imaged. You won't be able to read that. Navy modal crepe de chine is actually how it looks like you should say it, but I know it's probably not. So this is gorgeous. It's the sort of material you don't have to iron, which, you know, I just bought it without a pattern in mind, but I'm thinking I'll have to use this because it looks like it's the sort of stuff you just want to wear. And it's work appropriate too, so I'll have to make something for work. But it is a remnant, so it's 147 centimetres wide, but it's only 90 centimetres long. I'm thinking I can still get a shirt out of that. I tend to overbuy material, so I'm not really used to having a piece this small. But I reckon I'll be able to use it. So that was my kind of little fabric splurge. I don't think I have a huge amount left to tell you, other than we did get our alpacas shorn a week ago. I now have 5 garbage bags full of alpaca wool to spin, and I haven't even got through hardly any. This is my only piece of finished spun wool, so I'm trying to teach myself from YouTube, so it's probably not the easiest way. That's not dyed or anything, that's just natural, just washed. But as you can tell, my tension's not the greatest, and I'm not really sure if I'm overspinning or underspinning, so anyway, I'm trying to learn, try and teach myself on my spinning wheel, and I've certainly got a lot of wool to use. I've got maybe 3 bags of white and 2 bags of black, so I think we're going to try and sell the 2 bags that we got this year, because there's no way I can use all that. I'm still going through the first bag from 3 years ago, so anyway, that is another work in progress. But that's all I've got to tell you at the moment. I will probably do another video in a week or so with the things I've been working on again in that time. Hopefully I've been productive. I've been pretty productive on this lot, as well as, you know, working full time and trying to socialise and all that sort of thing. But thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. I'll leave my Instagram handle in the comments, and I shall see you all next time. Thanks, bye.